Welcome to Brand You.
The ultimate personal branding podcast.
I'm Kaz Grant.
And I'm Toby Lee.
Together, we're here to help demystify personal branding
and to make it accessible and effective for everyone.
Follow along as we guide you through creating your own personal branding journeys.
So, let's get started.
Let's brand you. Hi everybody and welcome back to the Brand You podcast, proudly sponsored by Sparkhouse. Sparkhouse is a fantastic business office space in the heart of Lincolnshire. If you need business office, go and contact them. We'll make sure that their contact details are below. In this episode, we're going to be talking about handling criticism, confidence, and the personal branding roller coaster, because it is a roller coaster.
You're definitely going to have ups and downs running a personal brand. I feel like I've kind of got like an angelic halo above my head when I say I've not really experienced any criticism that I know of. Whether people are criticising me behind my back over at times, I'll never know, and I'm okay with that. But yeah, I thought I'd just throw that out there straight away. That it's like, I feel terrible for people that do face comments and things on LinkedIn or social media and that, having not really experienced it myself. But
yeah. Well, we were talking about this a little bit before we started this episode, weren't we? And I said to you, well, it's because you're so nice. But part like that. Not in a bad way, like that's a good way. But part of your personal brand is to be a nice guy who would be approachable, people would want to go to,
I think
feel comfortable with.
I'm just perfect. So I think that's what. There's nothing to criticize.
So modest.
No,
I did say, guys, that his quip's too perfect. Maybe they'd criticise that. It's too perfect, isn't it? How did he get it like that?
No, it is an interesting one. I wonder if, because I'm not the kind of personality to put an opinion on the line, or to You're
not rocking the boat, are you? You're not saying like every other photographer in the world is rubbish because they don't do this.
Here's why your headshot's crap.
Here's why your headshot's crap. Yeah, like but you'd probably attract a certain person to do that. Yeah. But you don't want to attract those people.
I do attract nice people.
You
I have
want
nice
to attract
clients.
Yeah. So you keep doing what you're doing.
Okay, all right.
Don't turn into a knob.
I was thinking because I'd not received criticism I was doing something wrong. But no, it's
it'll
not
come.
to say you are doing something wrong if you receive criticism, because
No.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing with criticism, isn't it? You can receive it by being the nicest person in the world, online as well, or being the worst person on the world. So do take criticism online with a pinch of salt. There's lots of different criticism, isn't there? And there's, you could be criticised, but not even have anything to warrant being criticised online. So there are a lot of people out there that are hiding behind keyboard warriors that just want to. That's their whole job online, is to show up and be horrible to somebody. Like literally, that's their sole purpose in life. So you're gonna have to get over people like that first of all, because even if you did, and I think at some point you probably will hit something, it's almost like an impossibility, really, if you're showing up online. There are just a lot of random annoying people that is their job to just cause hatred online. It really is. But when you know that and you understand that, you can take it for what it is. Because whenever I've got a bit of criticism online or anything like that, I've almost straight away, I think this is interesting, but straight away I look at who the profile is as well. And I'm like, interesting that you're criticising me for showing up all the time and for being visible, when you haven't even got a photo of yourself on there.
You're hiding.
You're hiding and you're criticising everybody else, but you're not even brave enough to step on there yourself. You're not even brave enough to criticise someone with probably your real name on there. So almost instantly, any criticism like that, brush off.
Yeah.
So I think there's two ways to look at today's episode to discuss with the criticism part. Is one from strangers, and the other side is from loved ones, because I know there's two sides of that coin, isn't there?
Yeah.
And I've had both a little bit, so maybe I've made it. Tick, got those. But not to extremes. And I think this is the thing. I think if anybody's scared out there and maybe doesn't want to show up because they're worried about the criticism that they can face, it's not all the time, and it's not in a really bad way, and it's not, someone writes something horrible, but they haven't got a faceless account, you can brush it off. You can delete an account of theirs. You can block them. You can protect yourselves in loads of ways. So there's brush off ones that are strangers. But then there's maybe comments that hit and do punch you in the gut a bit. And I think the ones that have done that to me, in an instant where I've felt horrible about it, it's been because of my imposter syndrome has taken that a certain way.
Right.
And that's the moment where I'm like, I have been found out.
Right, okay.
And so it's my insecurities kicking out. It's not even the person's comment, or I have no idea in what way they've meant that.
Yeah.
If it is in a harmful way, malicious way, if they were just angry with the world that day, if it was just a bot or anything, I've taken it on board. So almost like taking that time yourself to think, that's interesting. Like, why has that come up for me? And to start kind of digging deeper into that and to be like, okay, yeah, this is my own insecurities here.
Yeah.
And to not react to a comment, because it would be too easy when that imposter syndrome hits, you get that feeling to go back and attack.
Yeah, yeah.
But actually that's just going to escalate and start a whole like online war.
Yeah, what kind of comments or things are we talking about when we talk about this kind of criticism? Like, cause I guess there's a variation, isn't there? There's a lot of, hate messages based on people's appearances. If somebody disagrees, then sometimes they can write it in a non-very helpful, communicative way that kind of sounds like they're disagreeing for the sake of disagreeing. What else could people be fearful of? And this isn't to build up the fear, but it's to kind of acknowledge that this could happen, and therefore there are ways to kind of avoid it affecting you.
Yeah, and to get it out there.
Yeah.
Like if this is our biggest fear and it's stopping us, let's confront that right now, and let's see why and what we can do about it and how we can get around it. Because it's just a fear. Because
like I say, from my experience, like I've had a pleasant time being visible online so far. But,
don't you all come out of the woodwork now.
But yeah.
Toby's just opened
all the
himself
hate I've had since. No,
whole world of criticism.
No, but I mentioned it because I do feel quite naive and vulnerable to what other people might go through. But I also know I'm a white middle class male as well, so that's going to have a huge impact. People aren't going to jump into my comments and tell me they disagree with something. I get that is the unfortunate way the world is.
Yeah. And there is a lot of appearance and a lot of comments on stuff like that as well. And again, isn't it interesting? Because no matter how we all look and are and our backgrounds and where we've come from or anything, again, is it that, or is it our perception of that in our heads? Because again, we can create stories of how that particular thing has held us back for all those years. So then we see this one comment that, again, might not be in a hateful, malicious way, in a challenging way of something we've said in the post, but we interpret it to be like, they hate us because of our race, religion, size, sex, whatever. And again, it's like, it's just taking that step back from the criticism in that kind of way and just thinking from the other person's perspective, what might that have actually meant? And why does it trigger me so much? And does it warrant a response from me? Or actually, does it not? And is it that hateful, hurtful, horrible, horrendous that I need to block and report this? Because there are elements as well, like some things are going to be awful. And it's at that point, if you deem it to be awful, you do have the power to report it and block it. And that's within your rights and your power to do that. You've got to protect your own online space. But I think sometimes it's not actually that horrible or awful. Again, we get triggered by something within something.
Yes, yeah.
And it's like, I actually like some criticism in a way that it informs some future posts for me sometimes. So when we're talking about like strangers, so it wasn't me directly, but we received a comment, it was a message on Instagram, to the Quirky Instagram feed. Basically, someone called Tony, who, is he called Tony? Don't know. Doesn't have a profile picture. Completely, probably a fake account. But it was something like saying, you have no client evidence here. You're talking absolute shite, whatever. It wasn't quite worded like that. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, Tony, well, that's a bit extreme. You could have said that a bit nicer. Do you have any testimonials from clients that you've worked with in the past, or anything that you could show us? You know, if he was a genuine person wanting to work with us or anything, he would have said, have you got anything like that? So he's probably not.
Yeah.
But I looked at that and I thought, do you know what, Tony? That is very interesting, and I will definitely create this into my own post, dissecting your very angry, horrible message the other day, because there's ways of wording this. So that's future content for me to cover. But then also I looked at it and I thought, do you know what? Because we are quite a new brand and we're personal branding, so it takes a while to get someone's personal brand off the ground enough to give us stats and analytics and figures that mean anything. Actually, I haven't shared any up to this point.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have them when we first started. So I couldn't go on Instagram straight away and go, I can revolutionise your personal brand. Here's the stats. From where?
Which totally will be getting pushed adverts by marketers who will be doing the classic, here's how we, got this person a £10,000 retainer every month, and there's no evidence behind any of that stuff. But, people buy straight into it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So someone holding a microphone here, so therefore it's got to be credible.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing, isn't it? But then I've recently got our analytics from our clients, working with our clients, and now I've created content again that shares some analytics from our clients, or some comments or some testimonials or whatever that might be. So I was like, thank you. So you can turn criticism sometimes into okay, because so sometimes criticism might be, again, it might not be malicious and horrible. It might be something like, well, you've never shown us that, or I don't understand what you do, or whatever. And you're trying so hard on your personal brand to get the messaging out. Again, it like triggers you to like, I'm doing everything I bloody can. But actually, are you? And if they're not quite understanding the messaging, maybe they need a bit more. And maybe, again, that can inform your future posts as to what you do. So criticism can sometimes be good if you take it in the right way and with a pinch of salt online. And again, if there's anything horrendous out there and awful, block them, don't start an online war with them, because though you're never going to win with those people. The only person you're going to continue to make angry is yourself. You're not going to change their whole opinion of the world and make them suddenly like your race, your size, your sex. It's not going to happen. Like, the damage has been done way before they've ever come onto your profile. So don't try and change that. Just report it, block it, and let them hopefully decide to not be like that in the future. But good luck. So that's the strangers, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think loved ones is another kettle of fish as well, isn't it? And you've not, well, no, because you've got a lovely personal brand.
I get feedback on stuff and that, but I won't say criticism. Yeah.
Is it?
I've not done anything that's made everyone go, why have you done that?
Yeah. Is it feedback, or would somebody else maybe take it as criticism? And again, because you've got that mindset of always growing, always improving, being that nice guy, you don't take it as criticism, because actually it is taken in the light it's meant to be taken, and you just want to improve on that.
Yeah, possibly. I try not to read into things other than face value.
Yeah. I think, again, that's a superpower to have, isn't it?
If someone ever did leave a bit of an ambiguous comment, I think I would find it easy to distance myself and go, okay, I don't know why they've put that, but...
Yeah. We're the wrong people to have this conversation with, aren't we? Because we're both quite... It would take a lot to offend us or upset us, I think, because, again, we've got that objective view of things. We've got that, why would we let that one thing bother us when there's so much more to worry about in life and to think about and to have to cope with? So we've both got that kind of way about us, haven't we? So we need someone that gets really angry with criticism to come in and bounce that other idea off.
Even someone who puts themselves out there in a way that they voice opinions, because I guess looking back at previous guests, we had, Francesca and we had Rebecca Heald as well, and they both talked in their experiences that, they are a bit more forward. Rebecca certainly with what she's trying to do in construction. And, you can see how that might invite more views and debates and disagreements. And people don't always do those in the best ways, do they?
And it also comes across not in the best way.
Yeah.
So if you were sat opposite ends of a table with those people and chatting about it,
Yes, yeah.
you'd get a lot more of a good understanding of the way it was meant and how it should have come across than a message or a text caption.
Yeah. And likewise, it only serves as a lesson as well when you're putting stuff out there to kind of go, okay, well, maybe it's my communication. Maybe I didn't phrase that clearly enough because they haven't understood what it was I was getting at, so.
And some things
I'm
take a
one to
deeper
reflect
dive as
than-
well.
Yeah.
So I've seen sometimes someone's put a post out or something, and again, it has got back a lot of criticism and stuff. But that's because the subject matter is so deep, nuanced, huge, that a post of a certain amount of characters can't really do it justice. So it is just a snippet of that.
Yeah.
And again, it would be better on a debate or a podcast or something where you've got a few people discussing it, because again, I think a post is very difficult to some of the subject matters that are out there. Cast opinion. So okay, so that's like most of the time that's strangers though, isn't it? I don't think I've heard either of them as much, or myself or anyone, getting it from loved ones. But I have heard people who, when I've spoken to them, have started businesses, have started putting themselves out there. And even like one guy once said that, his mate started a whole WhatsApp group without him to like trash talk what he was doing because he was putting himself out there on social media.
Wow.
I was like, well, first of all, like, rethink your friends. Because yes, those friends might have been great friends as you were growing up, as you were getting to a certain point in your life. But really, if they're going to act like that, do you want them in this next phase of your life? Are they ever going to support your business, your goals, your dreams, you as a person? If they're going to do that, probably
That's really
not.
sad.
It's really sad, isn't it? I know, really sad. But look at it like that. Like, it's really sad on them more than anything, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Because it's like, you could also just support your friends and people. And even if you don't agree with what they're doing exactly, they're doing it for a reason. Let's just, well done, cheer them along a bit. Like, you don't have to be horrible to them, do you? But
no, and often a lot of that stuff comes out of envy at times as well, doesn't it? Of like not being able to do that themselves. Those people at WhatsApp group would never take the plunge and do what these people are doing, putting themselves out there, showing up for the sake of building a business, building a brand.
Yeah.
So
It's one thing we get taught in network marketing industry as well, because it's such a misconceived industry. Like, a lot of people have like preconceived ideas of it. Other people's opinions will never pay your bills. So again, that WhatsApp group, they're not going to build your business. They're not going to pay your bills. They're not going to do that. So actually, why do their opinions matter? They don't. But it can cut a bit deeper because they're loved ones. The other thing with loved ones, I think, is they've seen us potentially be this version of ourselves for such a long time, and then suddenly we're becoming a next level version of ourselves, and we're being a bit better, a bit different, that can scare them because they're growing so far apart from where you, and almost that fear of you're getting ahead of them and they're going to lose you as a friend can act out in
I can imagine
not the nicest kind of way, can't it? But again, that's not because they don't love you or support. It's just that fear of like, oh, my friend is like, I've lost them. They're going, and I can't keep up either. So there's elements of that as well. So I think, again, you've just got to be empathetic to everybody that you meet and see online, and just try and treat them as you'd expect to be treated, really, wouldn't you?
So for those of you who don't know, Headshot Toby's studio is based here in Spark House in Lincoln. They offer flexible office spaces, business mentoring, and even have virtual offices if you're not quite ready for a full-time desk. As a sole trader and a photographer with lots of equipment, it was really important that I found somewhere that had space for me that was affordable, so that I had plenty of room to grow my business in a way that was scalable. and Sparkhouse may just be the perfect solution too for you. Get in touch today by emailing sparkhouse@lincoln.ac.uk, and you'll also find our email address in the show notes below.
So I think this is one of the things with like the criticism and the confidence of personal branding as well. It's that roller coaster, isn't it? Because you're kind of going along and then you put your first post out there or another post out there. You feel like, okay, you've got it all right and it's okay. And then suddenly you hit this peak and then it's like, oh, it's out to the world. And then you're like, oh, overthinking. People are commenting. Is there some criticism on here? Is there whatever? Oh, right, next post, right, we've got to do it all again, overthinking, and it is like a roller coaster, isn't it, sometimes?
It's almost like every high needs to get higher as well in your head, because you're almost thinking like, well, that one got so many likes, so this one needs to get more, or why didn't it get as many as that one? So then you start overthinking it. I've definitely been there when you start overthinking everything and thinking, is what I'm doing right? Am I just going to change it all up? You know, I think that's one of the tricky things about being in a brand or a business yourself, isn't it? It's you've only got your own eyes and your own thoughts and own input. So as good as it is to enjoy the highs of that roller coaster ride, you've got to be prepared that lows do come and it's natural and it's fine, and learn how to ride them out yourself. You know, how to focus on what does come down and make you feel a bit miffed sometimes. Has to pick up again. Has to.
Honouring that, because it's a valid feeling and you are going to have the ups and, like you said, business. Like, this is why some people don't go into business, because if you've just got a job, you go in, you get a job, blah, 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 and you go home and that's it. Yeah, someone in the office might piss you off or might tell you off or something. So there's still roller coaster bits, but when it's your baby and your business, there's no one above you saying, that's the right post to put out, that's the wrong post to put out. Oh, definitely do 3 times a week. No, put 5 times a week. No, do this, that. And you got to figure it all out yourself. But then there's that trust yourself element as well, isn't there? Because definitely. Again, we've all got that inner voice that's like, this isn't good enough. This isn't great. This isn't whatever. I literally last week hesitated on a post. And I was just literally, it was like a throwaway post that I'd come back from a run in the office. I have to talk about it because it's funny and also it's a great example of this. But I came back to the office, had I forgot it was called this, but a squaddy shower. Where I was like, in the loos with the loo wipes. And then I was like spraying deodorant everywhere. And then I was like, right, put clean clothes on again, right, go as far away from all my colleagues as possible. And I was like, this will make it. This is just a funny post, showing people my personality. There's no other rhyme or reason for it. It's not like a buy my stuff or do, I don't expect anything from this. It's probably going to get, I don't know how many impressions and that's it. But I think it's cool. I'm just going to whack it out. Whacked it out. And the next day I was like, that's a lot of followers. Why have I got a lot of followers? Like looking at it. Oh, okay. That's got a few comments, right? Yeah. Okay. Reply back to all those comments. Kept going up. It's still going up now. A week later, not quite a week later yet, but it's still going up that post. So my highest performing post before was about 20 odd thousand. And I've had a couple of those, again, completely random posts that I've put out, not strategic ones, but random ones. And then this one's got now something like 88,000 impressions on it this morning. And it's just whacked my impressions fully up. I haven't done any outbound like lead generation reach outs this week. It's all being like coming into me and people connecting with me, sparking up those conversations and the DMs with me. I haven't had to go out to anyone to do that. It's like I've been struggling to keep up with the messages and things just based off of that. But it was such a stupid post. And again, in the comments to that, like that could have opened me up for a lot of criticism because like, Minga, you haven't had a shower. whatever. It's like needs must, guys. Like we're in the health and wellness. Like I want to live this lifestyle. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Yes, if I stank and I had whatever, then it would be horrible for everyone else. I wouldn't do it. But I don't tend to be that bad. And actually, again, I had a shower with my spray. But you just like sometimes you never know. So I could have not posted that based off of the overthinking. And then I wouldn't have got my one viral post up to date. Like,
yeah, you wouldn't think that's what was going to draw attention to you necessarily. Like, and we've talked particularly in series 1 about content pillars and, you know, what to be putting out there, really thinking about what topics it is you want to cover in your marketing. And then you could put one post out like that was done on the fly, but you found a relevant moment. And that's what's connected with people.
Yeah, and that was one of my content pillars. So, okay, I've not shared like something random that isn't. That's one of my health and wellness. People know me for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the one that's done it. So you just cannot overthink. But also, that wouldn't have happened without all those other ones along the way.
Sure.
So I did a post afterwards, like dissecting that post to my audience and saying some of the things, but also I shared a graphic of the stats over a year and then that one viral post. And I was like, do you know what? That wouldn't happen if all of that hadn't happened either.
Yeah.
So because I have been consistently showing up for the last like a year and a half on LinkedIn, that's what enabled that one post to go like that. If I'd been sporadic or I hadn't shown up that much, that post wouldn't have got that.
No.
And it just takes that one to get that extra visibility. And again, nothing may come from that. I'm not chasing viral. This isn't something that I'm like, oh yes, I'm chasing consistency, and I'm chasing consistency with my visibility and being that approachable person to come to. Like that's my goal with it. That's it. If that opens doors, brilliant. But if a door doesn't open based off of that one viral post, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good because it's all the posts that are opening doors.
So if we're looking at this roller coaster analogy and a listener is down at the bottom somewhere, let's both give a tip as to what's going to get them going up again. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Mine would be go back and look at your other content. Just go back, whether you're on Instagram or whatever your preferred channel is, just go back and just flick through. Because I find that really nice sometimes when you're in your business alone to just go back and reflect on what you have done and what you have achieved and what you have already committed to the world in terms of going, this is what I'm about.
Yeah.
And I find sometimes that can either generate future ideas or give me that confidence to go, oh yeah, no, that was a good post. I'm gonna do something now and put myself out there again and get back on that train or roller coaster. I find that quite fulfilling.
Yeah, and you can see which has performed better out of all of your posts as well.
Yeah.
So you can see, well, can I recreate something that's similar to the one that did really well?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But if you can, great, try and do that again. See if it was a fluke or if it was. Every post is like, it's a practice and a test. Like you're just seeing how things perform. There's no, it has to do this, it has to perform like this, it has to, not when you're at general levels of everyone doing their own content. When you're at levels where you're doing content for somebody and you've got the professionals in, they are looking at all those things. When it's just you, like, let's just go easy on ourselves a bit more and do that. Yeah, I love that tip. Will my tip be, if someone's at the bottom of the roller coaster and they want to get up, get outside, get out of your bloody surroundings, clear your mind for a second, go and do something fun, and the inspiration will hit you. So I didn't have inspiration before that post. I was at that like pre-lunch, like, oh, I went for a run. I got back, I saw all the beautiful nature sounds, and I saw all the beach nature views, and I was like, oh yeah, brilliant. Then I got back to my desk, then that inspiration hit, I posted that, and then it went crazy. So take a step away. Sometimes when you're like, I need to create this, and I need it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're too in it.
Yeah, tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Go and walk a dog, and if you haven't got a dog,
get
go
a
and
dog.
walk someone else's dog.
Yeah, and then post about your dog because dogs always get
post about
good
someone
views.
else's dog that you borrowed. There you go.
With their permission.
There's some content. Yeah, here's a dog I stole for 5 minutes.
Yeah, follow us for lots of other content inspiration. So today's action step, guys, we want you to, if you already have experience in what you're doing, to look back 1, 2, 3 years previous. And if you're having a bit of a confidence dip at the moment, look back at that and look at what you have already achieved. Pick out 2, 3, 4, 5 things that you previously thought you'd never achieve out of those, and just have that moment of being really proud of yourself, because if you can do that, you can definitely do so much more. And then if you haven't got that previous experience, because you're just starting out in life, you're just starting out in whatever it is that you're going to achieve in the future, think about what you want to achieve in the next year, 2, 3 years, and kind of almost forecast what those proud moments will be. And if you don't achieve them in that time, it's cool. They're goals. They're just nice to have. You'll be further along than you ever would if you didn't set anything. But get excited about some of the things that you are going to be proud of yourself for doing, and use that as a driver when you're in the dip to get you out of that dip and back on that upwards roller coaster again.
So that wraps up another episode of the Brand New podcast, proudly sponsored by Spark House. Now, we haven't done this before yet, which is very bad as podcast hosts, but also we just didn't want to put too much on you, the listener. If you've enjoyed this episode or any of the other Brand New episodes, we would love for you to head over to whichever platform you listen on and to click like, follow, subscribe, whatever it is, across Spotify, Apple and YouTube, because that really helps us grow the podcast, reach more people, and allows us to do more in the future.
Here's to branding you.